In January of 2011, a YouTuber known as Mr. Snowman was home alone playing Fallout when strange noises began coming from another part of the house. At first, he assumed the building was simply settling and tried to ignore it. But when the sounds continued, he grabbed his camera and went to investigate.
Do you want to hurt me? Okay, yeah, there's definitely something here. They came from Noah's room. What the shit? You see that? What the Hey, why are you moving that paper? Why are you moving the newspaper? What the shit? God damn it.
As Mr. Snowman moved through the house, he began speaking directly to whatever might have been causing the disturbance. He eventually asked whether it wanted to hurt him. Almost immediately, a loud crash erupted from a nearby room. Startled by the timing, he continued recording and soon noticed a newspaper beginning to lift and shift without anyone touching it. Then, a bedroom door slowly moved on its own.
What's so special about in here? I think it's in his room. What the What the God damn it!
As Mr. Snowman backed away, another door appeared to close nearby, making it seem as though the activity was following him through the house. Convinced the source was inside one particular room, he cautiously approached and looked inside. Moments later, a box violently crashed onto the floor. It's possible the doors and objects were manipulated with hidden strings, or by someone positioned outside the camera's view. But if the footage is genuine, the most disturbing detail is how the activity appeared to respond immediately after Mr. Snowman asked whether it intended to harm him. After living in the same house for years without experiencing anything unusual, a man named Troy had no reason to believe it was haunted. That changed when one of his security cameras recorded something disturbing while no one was home. The footage begins with loud banging echoing from somewhere inside the house, apparently near the basement. Moments later, a door slowly opens by itself. A deep, guttural growl then fills the room before the door violently slams shut. According to Troy, the house was empty at the time, and the camera captured no visible person who could have caused the disturbance. 6 days later, another camera recorded the activity returning. Chairs appeared to drag across the floor. Objects were thrown through the room, and doors once again opened without anyone near them. When Troy returned and reviewed the footage, he was stunned. But instead of stopping, the disturbances began appearing in other areas of the house. The next camera to record something unusual was positioned in the attic. A stuffed animal sitting on a desk slowly rotated before suddenly falling to the floor. At almost the exact same moment, a small door built into the attic wall crept open. The door then repeatedly swung back and forth, slamming shut before opening again, as though something on the other side was attempting to force its way out. No one could be seen inside the attic. The activity eventually led to a frightening encounter involving Troy's young son. As the child stood in the attic, the small door once again began opening by itself. Curious, he moved closer and looked into the dark space behind it. Seconds later, he ran away, screaming. Troy says his son claimed to have seen a pale, ghostly face staring back at him from inside the opening. A draft, loose hinges, or vibrations within the home might explain some of the door movement. The other incidents could also have been staged beyond the camera's view. But if Troy's recordings are authentic, something inside the attic may have been trying to attract the child's attention. And when he finally looked behind the door, something was apparently waiting for him. In March of 2022, YouTuber Terrell Latente uploaded footage of himself walking alone through what appeared to be an empty hospital late at night. The building's dim hallways were silent as Terrell moved from room to room, recording the abandoned interior. During the exploration, his camera quickly passed an open doorway. Terrell didn't appear to notice anything unusual at the time, but viewers who examined the footage later spotted a small figure standing inside the room. For only a fraction of a second, the shape appears to resemble a child silently watching Terrell from the doorway. When the footage is slowed down, the figure becomes less distinct and could potentially be explained by motion blur, shadows, or objects inside the room blending together as the camera moves. At normal speed, however, the silhouette looks disturbingly human. Whether it was merely an illusion created by the camera, or someone standing inside the supposedly empty building remains unclear. But if a child really was in that doorway, Terrell walked directly past without ever realizing he was being watched. A YouTuber named Yasim, known for investigating abandoned and allegedly haunted locations, decided to explore a deserted residential complex late one night. The property had reportedly remained empty for years, and local stories claimed something tragic had once happened there. Yasim entered alone and began recording the dark rooms and dust-covered hallways.
صورة أطفال في حد؟ Hello? Anyone here? في حد؟
While searching the building, he discovered several old photographs scattered across the floor. One image immediately caught his attention. It showed a young girl staring directly into the camera, with an expression that Yasim found deeply unsettling. He continued deeper into the complex, but soon began hearing noises around him. Soft footsteps appeared to move through the empty corridors, followed by faint whispers echoing from somewhere beyond the reach of his flashlight. Yasim attempted to convince himself that wind passing through the damaged building was responsible.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. بسم الله. بسم الله. بسم الله. بسم الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله. بسم الله.
Then, as he recorded near a row of hanging clothes, something briefly appeared from behind the fabric. A pale face leaned into view and stared directly toward the camera before disappearing almost instantly. Yasim was visibly shaken and later replayed the footage. When he examined the face more closely, he believed it resembled the young girl shown in the photograph he had discovered earlier. The figure may have been another person hiding in the building, or even an object distorted by darkness and movement. But if the complex was truly deserted, Yasim may have found more than an abandoned photograph. He may have found the person still attached to it. One night, a TikTok live streamer connected to Omegle, hoping to speak with random people around the world. During the stream, he was matched with two teenage boys who claimed they were home alone. The conversation began normally, with the three of them laughing and talking through their webcams. Then the streamer noticed movement behind the boys.
Hola.
Hola.
Hola muchachos, ¿cómo andan? Para, yo a ustedes los conozco.
Pues a Argentina no hemos ido, ¿eh? Así que no.
Sí, yo los conozco. ¿Vos no te llamas Javi? ¿Y vos sos Juan o no? ¿Son de España o no?
Mi nombre lo pone ahí, que es mi cuarto, pero...
¿Son de España o no? ¿De Madrid?
Sí. Sí.
Sí, yo que ustedes no lo
Pero podrás estar la IP.
crean.
¿Tienes nuestra IP? ¿Eres de esos que buscan la IP y esas cosas? ¿Qué hace? Este pavo.
Crean.
¿Tienes nuestra IP? ¿Eres de esos que buscan la IP y esas cosas? ¿Qué hace? Este pavo.
Chicos, ¿les puedo hacer una consulta? ¿Ustedes qué estaban haciendo en su casa?
Pues nada,
Esperar, que ahora vamos a salir de fiesta.
estoy solo en casa y le he invitado.
¿Solo?
Sí, solo.
Con el gato.
Bueno, con él.
El gato que está abajo.
No
¿Qué le
puede
pasa?
ser, chicos. Yo vi que esa puerta que está enfrente se movió.
¿Cuál es esta? ¿La de Javi?
¿Sí? Yo vi... No. Yo vi que la puerta que está enfrente suyo se
Ah.
movió.
Del
Esa de
fondo.
ahí, nada.
Les juro que
Imposible.
vi que esa puerta se movió.
No, mira.
Mira, lo está vacilando, o sea.
No, chicos, no. Yo lo vi con mis propios ojos. Yo vi que esa puerta de manera lenta se abrió y luego se cerró bruscamente, chicos.
Nos intenta meter miedo,
No les estoy mintiendo ni por mucho menos, por favor. Yo les juro que por mis ojos, por lo que más tengo en mi vida, que esa puerta se movió.
Imposible, no hay nada. Así que, y mi gato está abajo. Es imposible que se mueva nada. Nos está vacilando esto. Literalmente es el típico.
Se ha quedado pillado.
¿Qué le pasa?
Atrás suyo hay alguien.
¿Cómo que atrás? ¡Me cago en la puta!
A bedroom door slowly began opening without either of them touching it. He immediately asked whether anyone else was inside the house, but both boys insisted they were completely alone. One of them nervously stood up and checked the hallway. After finding nothing unusual, he returned and closed the door. Moments later, it opened again. This time, the streamer saw what appeared to be a tall, dark figure standing silently behind them. He began shouting for the boys to turn around, At first, they laughed and assumed he was attempting to scare them, but when they finally looked behind themselves, their expressions quickly changed. Before anyone could determine what was in the room, the video call abruptly cut to black. Some versions of the story claim the boys were never seen live streaming again, although that detail has not been independently confirmed. The encounter could have been staged using another person hidden in the house, but if the boys truly believed they were alone, the figure standing behind them was something neither of them expected to see.